What's up, everybody? Welcome back to part 2 of the $1,000 Temu Mega Haul. This is actually the 10th episode of the Temu Actually Useful Tech series. Fire, baby! Woo! But this is a 2-part video, so be sure to check out part 1. And yes, I am dual mic'd up right here because I'm having some audio issues, but that doesn't matter. Let's get into it. Now, as we're ripping into the products, I'm getting a lot of people that are frustrated with the links not working in the description. This is something that's plaguing me with Temu products because every time I release a video, the links stop working. So I am going to try to fix this, and the prices always change. So I'm gonna show the product screen of when I bought it and tell you how much I got it for, but it might not be accurate whenever you look. And Temu did not give me any money for this video. I want you to know that right now. First up here, it's literally been so long since this order, I don't remember any of these products. And there's like 16 today. We have a garden hat. It comes with 2 micro USB cables, which, you know, I'm not a big fan of. But basically what this is it's a garden hat that you wear, but it has these solar powered fans on top. And after each product that I unbox, I'm gonna show you some footage of me actually testing it. But the whole point of this is so that these fans actually keep you cool while keeping you shaded. I just thought this was a really cool piece of tech, and it's a good size hat. I've got a big head, so let's see. It doesn't fit my size head quite that well. I feel like Raiden right now. But it's a really neat design and it's super simple. This hat came in at $17.22. And one thing I just realized about this hat is that it comes with 2 micro USB cables to actually charge the fans, but they're solar powered. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so I've got this garden hat on, and I'm actually really surprised at how much I actually like this. So the fans, while they do have micro USB, they are charging via the sun as well, and they have a little button on them to actually start them. And I don't know how well you can see it, but you can actually angle them, and they have these little hinges so that you can, you know, point them at your neck or point them at your shoulders or whatever you want. You can put it on the front so it blows on your face, but it was making my eyes kind of dry. So I put them where they're blowing on the back right now, and they are a little loud. I don't know if you can hear them on the mic or not. They are a little loud, but I have to say I'm really impressed with how much air they're actually putting out right now. Now, this thing is too small for my head. It's ventilated, which is nice on the top part. This is just straight too small for my head, but my wife is absolutely going to love this because it's a giant brim around the hat, and then it just feels really, really good. I'm actually shocked at how well these are blowing air. So anyways, this is, so I've actually seen this on like the TikTok shop videos a lot, but on Temu, I think it's a pretty good deal. I recommend it. Next up in this box here, oh, I remember what this is. Okay, so this is really cool. I don't know how good this is actually gonna be, but it's for your arts and craft and hobby enthusiast type of people. So what this is, it's a mini table saw for arts and crafts. So if you're cutting little tiny things, it's meant for that, not like a full-size table saw, obviously. It comes with, obviously, the power cable and brick here. It comes with an angle guide right here for your angled cuts, all your hardware with a protective plastic plate. And then right here, it actually comes with all the different cutting tools. Look at that cute little baby saw. I got this thing for $61.45, so it's really not that bad of a deal. So let's go check this thing out and see how well it actually works. Okay, so I just assembled my mini table saw right here, and we're gonna turn it on for the first time. I'm gonna stand up so this protection area keeps me safe if anything has an issue, but let's try it out. Okay, to show just how it cuts, I'm gonna use this little stick right here. I mean, it's kind of brittle and dry rotted, so it's not like gonna give it a lot of you know, toughness to cut through. I just wanna see how well it handles that. Look at that, nice clean cut. Whew, shot that one back. And then what's nice is if you wanna cut at an angle, you can just loosen this and turn it so that you can have an angle on your cut. So now what's cool about this little table saw is it's not just a table saw. On the side here, you have this spinning pole right here that actually has all kinds of different attachments. And if you look at this baggie right here, basically, if you know anything about what a Dremel is, it's inside of here. It's got mini sanding discs, mini cutters, everything you could think of. And then it also comes with a bag of sanders. So like right now, for instance, I have a little Velcroed sanding pad on this right here. You put it into the side here, then you use the drill chuck to actually tighten it down like so. And now, whenever you plug it in to turn it on, and keep in mind, you probably want to uninstall the saw blade whenever you use this little side piece. But now when you turn it on, I know that's really loud and rattly because I didn't tighten it all the way, but now you have a sander on the side, and anything that you would need a spinning motion for, instead of the saw blade, which is perpendicular to the shaft, you now have all of these different attachments on this little table saw to do everything you could possibly need in the hobby world. In fact, you can even see it comes with these tiny little drill bits on the inside right here, if you need that as well. And so I'm not gonna show all of its functionality because it would need literally an entire video to be able to do that, but hopefully this gives you an idea of the capabilities that this thing has. Very impressed with it, and I can say that so far it seems worth it. So we'll just have to see how well it holds up over time. Next up is something that the package was ripped up. That's why it's not actually packaged here. I'm not gonna open it right here, but I'll show the footage of it of what this actually is. This is a green screen, but it goes behind your office chair. So if you're someone who likes to work remotely, or maybe you are a streamer, you can put this behind your office chair. It sits on the back of it, and that way you can remove your background and not let people see all the dirty Coke cans and stuff that you refuse to throw away. Now this came in at just over $18 on Temu, which I think is really cheap for something like this, but I just don't know how big it is. So let's check this out right now and see if it's actually worth considering. Let's open it up here, but man, that thing is actually a really good size. And then basically, it's a giant green disc with a little pocket that goes over your chair. My Secret Lab chair actually has a magnetic cushion that'll actually help hold it in place, but without the magnetic cushion, it kind of seems to work. And then I put that on there, and for me, it seems to work pretty well. It's a little transparent, to be honest, so I don't know how well it'll work from a green screen perspective. Let's see if we can remove the background and see how well it actually chroma keys out. As you can, I'm using a wide angle lens right now, so from a webcam perspective, it's probably not gonna have all of the edging around it. You shouldn't be able to see the outside edge of the green screen because of its size on a webcam. Okay, so right now is what it looks like when I'm using an actual webcam. I'm using an OBSBot Meet 2 right here, which is actually also pretty wide angle. But if we put a background on, I bet it's gonna be a lot more clear. Yeah, look at that, wow. So there's still a little bit of edging around the sides of like my ears, like if I move and stuff like that, and if you move too fast, but for the most part, it's a much cleaner look than if I remove the green screen, which I'll do right now. You can see that the edges are much more fuzzy. You can still kind of see my background around my head. So overall, I would say that it does actually work pretty well, and it provides a much better video like green screen experience. Next up is not a surprise because it's on the outside of the box. This is something that I knew was a must-have with this spooky season that is upon us. As you're seeing this, we are closing in on Halloween, which is the official holiday of the Freaky Tech Reviews channel. I love Halloween so much. So what this is it's an inflatable alien, and obviously I can't just like pull it out of the box here, but I'm gonna show you what it looks like all lit up and everything. But I think it's 7 foot tall. But anyways, it's an alien inside of like a little alien test chamber that has LED lights in it. I think it glows blue, which I would prefer green, but oh well. But it's an inflatable for your yard, and I thought this was a really cool pickup on Temu. And this came in at $61, which is maybe a little bit expensive for an inflatable, depending on the quality. So we'll get it up really quick and take a look at it and see if it's actually worth that much and if it's worth getting. I'll show what he looks like once he's inflated, and then I'll do another nighttime shot so you can really see the lighting from it. And just in case you're wondering, yes, that is a 25 foot tall inflatable Michael Myers. He's not on this Temu haul, but he's pretty cool, right? Okay, and there it is. I think it looks pretty good. Now, the one thing I will say, and there is a way to fix this, is that it's very top heavy because the fan is up here at the top. So you may add a sandbag down at the bottom. Once I tied it off, it's not that bad, but a little bit of wind, this thing, you know, starts to lean pretty badly. But that is such a cool looking thing. And I thought it was a blue light, but it looks like it's gonna be a green light up in there. Okay, here's how the alien actually looks at night. And I did not know it was gonna have all of the effects of the lighting moving and changing and blinking. I'm really impressed with this thing. It looks like it's just floating in this chamber, and I mean, wow, I really like this. I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a Halloween decoration. I know it's a little late in the season, but definitely for the price, you can get it for next year because it looks fantastic. On to the next product here. I have completely forgotten almost everything in this bundle, so let's see what we got here. Oh, very cool. Now this is actually gonna be useful and fun because it's this RC car right here. So it's actually for my kiddo, which I find useful because if he enjoys it, then it's useful to me. It's actually a pretty good sized little car. I will say the quality is not bad on that. It's got a nice little shock system on the wheels there. It uses a real thin aluminum on the outside here, so it actually is metal, and then the rest is plastic. And then it comes with the battery charger, a screwdriver to actually change out the battery, and then a classic RC remote controller with a turn wheel and the trigger for the speed. This car did come in at $17.85. So let's get outside and test this thing out and see how well it does. Okay, so this controller took 2 AA batteries, and then the car itself comes with a rechargeable 500 milliamp hour battery, so it's a little bit larger than that. So it actually connects in right here. All right, let's test this thing out and see how well it does. It's on. Okay, it's actually pretty quick. Handling the terrain surprisingly well, considering how cheap this thing is. I mean, my grass is a little bit too tall for it, so as you can see, it's getting stuck, but I mean, it doesn't have the biggest tires, so it's not really meant for that. But anything else, it's got a pretty tight little turn radius on it. Maybe not the tightest. Even has little headlights. God, this thing actually is pretty quick. Let's take it out to the street and see how fast it is. Oh my goodness, this thing's actually pretty quick. I think for the price, for a kid, this thing is actually a really solid deal. Look at the range on this thing. That's a good 50 feet away. Oh, caught some air. Look at that thing go. Okay, final verdict on this. As you can see, it's not the greatest quality in the world, but you know, I would officially label this a good deal. So if you need a Christmas gift or you're looking for something for fun for yourself or for a kiddo, it's really not a bad pickup for the price. Next up is a little package. There's not many things that I order that are tiny on here. Oh, but I do remember exactly what this is. This is a simple phone tripod. As you know, I'm always keeping an eye out for different types of ways to hold your phone and content creation gear and stuff like that. And this serves a couple of different purposes for me because it's extremely simple. I don't know why it comes with, oh, it comes with Magsafe rings. So in case you don't have Magsafe, you can add it into the case of your phone or on the phone itself, which is a really nice addition. But what this basically is it's a phone stand that uses Magsafe, and it's really, really easy to travel with. I mean, as you can see, it's not very big at all. You can easily throw that into a bag. Be interested to see if they let you on a plane with it though. And then you open it up, and there is your stand to put your phone on with Magsafe. And then it also has like a carabiner clip on it right there, which is an interesting use for it. I had to like double check the price on this because I paid $20 for this. I mean, it is good quality metal and I think it's gonna work great, but I'm a little disappointed in myself that I paid that much. On to the next product. Remember, there's 16 total products here, and if you like this content, be sure to subscribe because I bring Temu stuff to the channel all the time, and I'd love for you to see what else I'm gonna be bringing to the channel because it's gonna be some pretty cool stuff. Up next here, we have, oh, it's a multifunction cleaning brush. So this is actually just a pretty simple little Temu product here, and it's for cleaning all of your tech. And that's what makes it actually useful. So pretty nice little design right there. Comes with a little clip right there. On the bottom, you'll see that is the actual brush for getting all of the debris out of your keyboards, but then it pops open and it has all of this stuff inside in order to clean all of your different tech devices. Look at this little bitty spray bottle. Comes with all kinds of different stuff just to keep your tech clean. And this is actually a really good gift for somebody this holiday season, especially because it comes in at just over $11. So pretty easy pickup in my mind to keep your tech clean. Forgive my mess up here, but we're gonna do a little bit of testing on this cleaning kit really quick. Let's just pour everything out so you can see what all comes in this. Like I said, here's the little air compressor. It's not going to be as good as like an actual, you know, like air compressed, oh my God, today, Junior, compressed can of air. But it's got this little extension rod right here so that you can almost like a screwdriver, put it in right there and fit it into tight crevices. It's got this little bitty brush right here where you can like do a little bit of scrubbing, just a little bit of scrubbing at a time, just a little bit. I mean, everything that you could ever need cleaning for, it literally has it. That pushes it out. And then that's a good way to like get in between the keys and the keyboard. I mean, I'm not doing a great job of showing what all this can do. I just want you to see everything that comes in it because it's got so much. Oh wait, oh my gosh, it has a SIM card remover. Man, this thing has a lot more to it than I thought. It even has a key remover for keyboards. This thing actually is really, really solid. It has stuff that I wasn't initially finding, and this is actually just a little magnetic. Oh, it's 20-in-1. Yeah, that makes sense. It's got this little magnetic cover that goes right there. I mean, what a find. I really like this. This is an excellent stocking stuffer for a tech enthusiast. On to some of the bigger packages. There's one thing in here I'm really excited about that I'm waiting to get to it. I don't know which box it's in, but hang tight, because I'll tell you which one it is when you see it. Oh, okay. These I'm very excited about. So these are fly fans, and if you've never seen these, you'll see them at restaurants a lot. But fly fans are these little towers that spin these little metallic blades that keep flies away from food. So if you have like an outdoor cookout or something like that, it will keep the flies away from you. And this is actually a pack of 6. I think you can get them in multi-packs of like, you know, from 2 to 4 to 6. And there it is. It's a little extendable tower. It holds itself up like this. You just put this little blade right here. It's probably gonna take some AA batteries. It's even got a little clip right here so that you can hang them upside down if you want to. But it just sits there and it spins to keep flies away from your food. And this 6-pack came in for $23, which is not bad at all, considering how annoying flies can be when you're trying to have like food outside and stuff. As we're going through the next product here, be sure to let me know in the comments below what you think is actually useful, because that's the theme of this video. I know not everything's gonna be useful for everybody, but I think each one has its own individual use case scenario. Next up, we've got one of the larger packages in the bundle, and this might be the one that I'm really excited about. So we're gonna take a look here and see if that's the case. Yes. Now, I just talked about how this series is focused on useful tech, and then I show a flamethrower. You know, definitely not the most useful thing that you could purchase. I just saw this. I've seen this multiple times on Temu, and I decided, you know what? I've got to get this thing at some point. And here it is. That actually looks nice. Okay, there's the igniter. So the igniter is built into the trigger. It's gonna take those little camping propane bottles that screw in right here. And here's a little knob for the gas valve that tells you how much actual fuel goes into the flame. And then there is the actual where the flame comes out of. And what's cool about this is that it's only $37. I was shocked at how cheap this thing is. So we're about to go outside and test it out for sure. It even has a mounting rail right here that you can slide this handle back and forth on. I mean, the quality of this is surprisingly good for what it is. So this might be the last time you ever see old Corey, because if this thing explodes and I'm done for, at least it was a cool way to go out. This is just a simple camping propane tank, nice and tight like so, and should just open up the gas just a little bit. Oh my God. Look at it. Now that is really cool. So very simple propane tank, no idea how much you're gonna get out of it, but you can kind of hear it rushing out right now. Then ignite, and then boom. Look at that. So now let's test it out on some stuff in my fire pit. Please be super safe if you grab one of these, obviously. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. This is one of my most favorite things that I've gotten on any of my Temu hauls. Is it useful? I think so. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you would pick up one of these. Before you skip past this segment, just know that there is an all-out war against monitoring what you're doing online, and that is the value of a VPN service. My favorite personally is Proton VPN. You can actually use it for free, and there's a link in the description to check it out. I get 64% off if you use my affiliate link for it, and the reason that you would want to consider that is not only so that you can change your ISP location to somewhere that they can't track you or they don't know where your internet is coming from, but also it has a kill switch built in. So if anyone starts monitoring your network, it'll immediately shut it off just like that, which is amazing in today's times. And if you like Proton as a company, they offer more than just VPN services, because they have mail, they have pass for all types of storage needs. It's an all-inclusive brand that can do anything that you might need it to make sure that your data is protected and secure. But be sure to check the link down in the description below so you can get 64% off. On to the next product here. Oh, this is something I'm very excited for. This is a portable espresso maker. Now, I didn't know these existed, so when I saw it, I was like, that is a must purchase for this series. I think it might be the most expensive thing in the box, but whenever I do traveling, like I'm gonna go to CES again in January and NAB and stuff like that, this thing right here actually makes a cup of espresso for you, and we're gonna test it out and see how it works with my Nespresso pods. But I was just excited because being able to throw something like this in your bag and just be able to have either coffee or espresso on the go like this is a really unique way to do that. And excuse me, this wasn't as expensive as I thought it was because it comes in at $51. And I gotta say the quality actually feels pretty good. And then it recharges via USB-C right there. So I'm really excited to check this out. So let's go make some espresso. Okay, so this is the coffee powder adapter. This one actually holds the Nespresso capsule. Then we'll put this in here. There's little diamond things in here that will puncture the top of the Nespresso pod. It has instructions for cold and hot water. Here's the reservoir. We're just gonna use cold water for now. So we'll set this right here. Long press and hold for 2 seconds to start the heating. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but we will see. It comes with a little canvas sack to put it in, cleaning utensil, charging cable, even a little coffee scoop for if you have a little tin of coffee with you. Okay, as it's heating, these little lighting indicators are telling me how close it is to being done. I know I will say you can't just bring this onto a plane because it has a heating element into it, so it's not gonna be like probably carry-on compatible, just something to keep in mind, but it can still be handy in a pinch. I hear it pumping. It's filling up. About 8 minutes into it, and it finally started heating up enough to create the espresso. A nice shot of espresso. Whew, almost burnt my tongue. That's actually really hot considering that thing it took like, what, 7 minutes to completely heat up. I think this is an excellent product. I'm very impressed with this. I'm gonna see if it's also on Amazon because I prefer to buy on Amazon if I can. I think this is a great gift idea and I'm really impressed with this. So I highly recommend. Cheers to you for watching this video. Okay, next up we have a smaller box here. Okay, I remember this. Okay, I'm really excited about this if I can get it to work, and I'll explain why. So what this is it's a mini power inverter that uses the battery from your power drill. And you can see right there, it has an AC outlet. It also has 2 USB-A's and a USB-C. And I think it also, yeah, it has a flashlight right here that folds out as well. And you just slide your drill battery right here, and then this becomes its own little power station, which I think is fantastic. But I think it's built for DeWalt drills, and I only have everything but DeWalt. So we're gonna see if any of the batteries that I have works with this. I'm really hoping that it does, because this is a really neat idea, and it's easy. It's a great thing to keep in your work bag so that you have a way to charge your phone or run simple electronic devices based on the power from your drill batteries. And then the price on this came in just over $31. You can actually get them in a 2-pack, I believe, as well. And there's a bunch of different brands of these. I just went with the one that had the best reviews and ratings on Temu. So let's go see if they have the batteries really quick to make this thing work. So first up, I have this Hercules drill. You get the Hercules line at Harbor Freight. So let's see if it slides right in there. And it does. Oh, nice. First one right off the bat works. Let's see if oh, look at that. Flashlight works. It even has sound to it. Oh, it even has strobe light too. Obviously, we want to check out to see, can it actually charge my phone? So I'm going to use the USB-C that's on it really quick. It's charging my phone. Look at that, that is so cool. Now I have no idea how much charge it would actually give my phone. So that's definitely something that in the time I've had to make this video, I haven't really been able to figure out exactly how much juice you're gonna get out of a drill battery. But let's try another one really quick. The only other battery I have on hand right now is an old 20-volt Craftsman. Yeah, see, like this one doesn't fit. So, and I know for sure it's meant for DeWalt. I have a Black & Decker battery here, and it does not fit. But they make them for all different kinds of drill batteries. I just happen to have one that actually does fit with this Hercules drill. But I gotta say, this is such a cool device to have in your tool bag if you need to charge your phone, if you need a little wall outlet like that for things that don't draw a ton of power, maybe a radio to power or something like that. Or if you just need an extra light, you know, it's just really handy to have one of these in a tool bag. I can definitely recommend this. Next up is another product that was not shipped inside of an actual box, and it is a flame aroma diffuser, which I thought was cool because not only does it give you the diffuser effect that people like to see with steam coming out and helping hydrate the air and have little scent oils and stuff like that, but it actually uses LED to make it look like flames as well. Comes with a USB-C cable, which is nice, and it comes with the 2 indicators there for starting and stopping the flame, and then how changing the actual colors of the flame. there is the water reservoir with a simple LED strip right in the middle. So it's an extremely simple device that hopefully should look pretty cool. I think aesthetically it looks nice. It's a little cheap and plasticky feeling. This came in around like 15 bucks, so not bad. Okay, another mystery package here that's a pretty good size. So if you've ever seen one of those electric bug zappers, this is basically that, but it takes it to the next level. And I know I had a bug zapper in the last video, but this one is a little different, and I'll show you why. So essentially what's gonna make this one different is that it's kind of like a tennis racket, but it folds flat like this. So if you have one on the ceiling, you can press it against that bug and it will zap it. And the reason that you can do that is because it comes with an extension pole like this, and you push it flat. Then you can extend it and get bugs that are far away from you, because I know for some people bugs are real scary, can't get close to them. It has a strength setting. Oh yeah, it's on right there. Can you see the blue light? I ain't touching that. I kind of want to touch it just to see. So let's go check this out on some bugs that we don't like and see if it actually works pretty well or not. Okay, you may not be able to tell, but there are a ton of flies over this trash can right now because we had something really smelly in there. So let's get this thing on and see if we can catch some of them. Scared to touch it. Ooh, I can hear them. Did you hear that? Yeah, you can literally wave it and catch them. Oh yeah, we getting them. I don't know if you can hear those pops, but we already eliminated about half of them. The rest of them know what's up and they're running. Oh no. Oh no. Be aware this part comes off kind of easily, but overall it works really well. Honestly though, you don't even need bugs when you got a beast of a spider like that near you. Let me know in the comments below if you know what kind of spider that is. That thing is gnarly. So we have about 4 products left, so be sure at this point, if you're still here, to like the video. That lets me know that you like it, and I'll keep making more of them. Next up here, we got a black box that again was not shipped with Temu packaging. I miss the days where it actually used to look like Temu packaging. Okay, and this I'm excited about because I have another version of this that I did in a Temu video a long time ago. It's just a big wasted piece of foam. Here's a couple of accessories that I'll explain in just a little bit. Basically, this is a handheld articulating borescope. Now the point of this is you're gonna be able to, I think you use your phone on it. Yes, you use your phone right here. It's actually going to open and clamp onto your phone, and it has USB-C charging for the actual borescope itself. But what's cool about this is that you see how it's moving? Doesn't that look weird? So the point of this is that before I got one of those little endoscopes that has a screen on it. So for this one, to plug into your phone, and your phone will show you what the little camera on the end is seeing. But what makes this one nice is it has a knob here that allows you to turn the camera so you can look around. And that's one of the things I found that was kind of a problem with the original endoscope that I had, is that once you stuck it in somewhere, you couldn't move the camera around if it wasn't a straight line of sight. I just didn't know that the actual cord was so short. So I would love to see a little bit more length on this. But let's go take a look at how this actually works and see if it's worth picking up. And I got this for $36. So I think this is great for mechanics, for anyone that's maybe doing inspections on a home, or just the average homeowner if you want to see what's going on in a tight space. This is an excellent way to do that. When you plug it in, it asks you to download the app. And then once it connects to the app, then it's just good to go. It connects, and if you tap the screen, you can take pictures and videos of different things that you want to capture with this camera. So for instance, if I wanted to look into the side wall of my fireplace over here, not only does it have a light on it, it has this trigger right here that takes a picture or starts the video if you want it to do that. If I wanted to examine my fireplace, I can then move this and look around at different angles because of this little switch right here. So just a really handy device for the average homeowner, for anyone doing inspections. I can't recommend this enough. Now, I just realized that you're probably gonna think that I have a serious issue with bugs because of 3 products in this video and the last one having a bug zapper, but I promise you I don't. I just happened to come across some really cool stuff, and this one is along those same lines. So essentially what this is, it's a bug vacuum. Now, because I have so many ways to unalive bugs, I wanted to also include a way to safely suck them up and relocate them. That's exactly what this is. It's just a little tube that has a vacuum cleaner on it, but it uses a 9-volt battery, and the handle right here, you put this tube onto it, and then you put your little suction area right here. So now the reason I actually got this is because my wife is a very active gardener, and there are some harmful pests that she will find on her plants quite often that she wants to relocate. So now, instead of hurting her plant by whacking at it or putting poison on it or something like that, she can just suck it up with this little bug vacuum and put it somewhere else on the property. This came in for just under $10. It's $9.19, but let's go see if it actually works. So this thing right here has a light on it, which is really nice, and then it has the button for the vacuum. And we're not gonna get any of the necessary bugs in the garden, but there's a little orange guy. You can see him walking along. We don't want him in the garden. Well, he got sucked into the motor. That's definitely not what we want. I guess bigger bugs wouldn't get caught like that, but he is in there and it did get him. So I guess technically it does work. However, it is kind of hard to get them to actually get sucked into it because it doesn't seem to have enough suction power. So I wouldn't say this thing's necessarily worth it. It's cool to have, I guess, but it's not perfect. Okay, here is another one that we're gonna try to get. We can get this in here. Okay, there you can see we did actually pick him up, and now we can take him somewhere else and get rid of him, and it doesn't actually harm him. He's just kind of like, what is going on in there? So it does work, it's just not perfect. Okay, 2 more products here. This one's nice and rattly sounding, so probably nice and broken on the inside, but let's take a look. Okay, what is this? Oh, I remember what this is. Now this is a purchase that I did make for my wife, and it is a solar powered chandelier so that she can, again, put it in her garden. It's gonna look like this, and it is solar powered. I believe it's gonna have a warm light setting, and it came in at $34, so one of the more expensive things I bought in this order, but there you can see the little solar panel on top. So we'll go hang this up and see how it looks at night. But I think this is a pretty cool pickup. It's a great gift for the person in your life that enjoys outdoor garden lighting. Now for the final product that I have on this list, this is something that I have seen on Temu so many times that I was like, at some point I have got to get it, and then we found a need for it. So we're gonna see if it's actually worth considering or not, because I don't know if it's gonna be powerful enough. And what it is a mini handheld chainsaw. Pretty cool piece of tech in my opinion. Comes with a nice carrying case. Very cool. Okay, here it comes with, okay, you have to actually install the chain yourself. That's fun. Instructions. Oh, it comes with a spare backup chain. That's nice. I don't know what that is. I thought it was a chain guard, but it's not. Oh, safety glasses. Be safe. Okay, the actual charger, gloves that ain't gonna stop a chainsaw, that's for sure. If anything, they'll get caught in them. A 21-volt battery, the actual metal piece that holds the blade, and then the chainsaw itself. Now, you're never gonna get true power out of an electric chainsaw, but 21 volts ought to be enough to get you going. Oh, it actually comes with your installation tools as well as a little vial of oil, which is really nice, so you can go ahead and oil your chain. But I wonder if this has any power in it, or in the battery. Usually there's always some. Oh, look, it has a little LCD screen that lights up. Sounds pretty powerful. So we're gonna get this thing put together and check it out and see how well it can actually cut through some wood. This came in at $42, and I have to say, I'm actually surprised at the quality of it. I thought it was gonna feel a lot cheaper and dangerous. And it's not to say that it's not cheap and dangerous, but it does feel better than I was initially thinking. And it's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. So let's go chop some things up and see how well this chainsaw actually works. Okay, so I just got done installing the guard plate and the chain, made sure it was tight, put the oil inside of it. So now let's start her up for the first time. Pretty solid. You want a little bit of give on that chain right there, and it tells you in the instructions that I think it's about 1/8 of an inch that you want it to come out. That's probably about 1/2 of an inch, so maybe a little bit too much, but I really don't have a lot of wood to practice or test this on, so we're gonna use this charred piece of log that I found. Now, obviously don't do this the way that I'm about to do this because I don't have any safety glasses on. I don't have those super protective gloves that it came with. This is just gonna tell us about how powerful this is. Might put the chain on backwards. So great example of why it wasn't cutting just a second ago is actually user error, and that's what you have to be careful with chainsaws. I put the chain on backwards, so simple fix. Now, always make sure if you're gonna mess with the chain, take the battery out. Let's go retry it. Now let's see if it does any better. And there you go. That's what happens when the chain's not installed correctly. But I gotta say, 21 volts is actually pretty powerful for a little handheld chainsaw. I wasn't sure how strong it was gonna be. It's not gonna cut down trees by any means, but for firewood and things like that, I mean, the thing is, this is a charred piece of wood that was very hardened. And so I am very impressed with this. So that's part 2 of the $1,000 Temu mega haul. This was part 10 of the actually useful tech series. And that's why I decided to do such a large, massive order of products. I hope that you enjoyed this series, and let me know in the comments down below if there's any cool things that I haven't put on this channel yet that you would like to see in the future. But definitely be sure to subscribe and join the family. We're growing like crazy this year. There's gonna be more Temu content. So stay tuned and I'll see you there. But again, I'm Corey with Freaky Tech Reviews. I'll see you next time. Real quick before you go, YouTube thinks that you might like this video right here, so be sure to check it out and continue exploring the Freaky Tech Reviews channel.